it's all the children's fault. It's all the
Right.
children's are the one that are screwed up. And I'm just like, and let me give you an example. My wife's a special ed teacher, right?
Mhm.
And she loves kids. Bless her heart. She's just wonderful with kids, loves kids. And she has to do IEPs, education plan, individualized education plans. It's like a state and federal requirement. And she has to have parent teacher conferences. And these kids, a lot of these kids, understandably, they're autistic or they have whatever issue it is that they're dealing with, right? That's causing problems unto itself. But then you've got kids that are acting out, they're violent, they're screaming, they're yelling, they're throwing things, just doing, bad stuff that they're not going to be able to continue to do into adulthood. And, you can't do that kind of stuff at the workplace or wherever. If you go to college, you can't do those things. And what she found out was that when she had her parent teacher conferences, the parents were all whacked out. They were crazier than the kids were. And she's like, there's no wonder that this child is doing what they're doing with their home life and with the way the parents are acting when they, these adult parents that are coming to these parent teacher conferences are just all, off in left field and cursing and acting stupid and inappropriate. And my wife's like, okay, well, that's connecting the dots for me. I can see what's going on here, you know.
Exactly.
And God forbid you mention to the parent that maybe they need help, and all of a sudden you're the wicked teacher of the West, you're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're not a good teacher. My child's perfect. Well, we are not perfect and our children are not perfect, right? And a lot of times our children are screwed up because we're screwed up, right? And so
Most of the time. Most of the time.
I think some people, some individuals are more willing to realize that they need help, right? And so, but then there are people that think that they know it all, or that they are perfect, or that they have their act together, and there's not. It's not about me. It's about you, right? It's not my problem. It's your problem. You can't blame your problems on me,
Those are the parents that are gonna lose their children. Or
right?
those are the parents that they'll lose connection with their children. Their children might actually do the bare minimum to keep them in their lives, but they're not gonna be friends. They're not gonna look up to them as good parents. And when I work with couples, that's my leverage. My leverage is that, I could say to a man, is that how you want your son to think men should be? Or do you want your daughter to marry a man who's abusive? Do you think that you want her to grow up thinking that verbal abuse is what she should expect? So a lot of times that's my leverage, is that you don't want your children to end up marrying somebody like you. That's unfortunate, but it's true. So you can heal yourself. You could show up differently. You can be a different kind of parent and spouse so that your children marry somebody that you would like them to marry, instead of modeling and marrying somebody like you.
Yeah, I've always said that if I've always said that children, if you want children to be well balanced, you want them to be loving, kind, gentle spirited, whatever, all the fruit of the spirit that the Bible talks about, then parents have to model that in front of them.